this is like the final boss, you know? Like, this is the most beautiful venue in the country, I reckon, so...
Even just like the way that the roof lights up with the stars in this building is so magical.
It's crazy, eh? I want to give away these seats where, like,
the king and the queen supposed to sit.
But no one wants to sit here in New Zealand because they're too fucking mad. They're like, oh, everyone will look at me. But nah, come a long way since Kuja.
I just heard that you got someone new that ain't got shit to do with me anymore. Days we knew way too long gone now.
How does it feel sitting in the seats of the Civic, knowing that soon it's gonna be filled with people and you're gonna be on that stage performing your new album?
I think I'm in denial, so it feels all good. Like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna be up there. I'll be sweet. It's all good.
Will this be the biggest show you've ever done?
Yeah.
And you're doing it under your own name, which is something I want to touch on. Why now did you decide that this was the album that would be shared as Tom Scott?
I think like I just came to a point where I was like, I'm ready to, you know, be my final form maybe or something. Like, not to get too crazy with it, but just this album felt personal, but it felt like someone I was proud to be finally. Like, I didn't have to hide behind the gimmicks of anything else.
Yeah.
And so, like, to present it like that is all good. And also, like, when people see me on the street now, they say, Tom Scott. But back in the day, they used to be like, Homebrew. And I'll be like, no, my name's Tom. And then they're like, oh, yeah. Tom from Homebrew. And then now they, like, now I kind of get annoyed when people say, Tom Scott. Because I'm like, can't you just call me Tom? So I'll never be happy. But it is kind of cool that people know me as myself now, and that's quite a blessing. So to be able to like put out music as myself is like me.
Yeah. And was that a decision you made before you started making the album, or did you wait to get to the end and see what it came out like before you were like,
I was too scared to admit I was gonna do it, because I think with all art you have to like just pretend nothing major's happening, because then you'll just get crushed by the, you know, expectations and that. So I was sort of just messing around with ideas, and then as it got towards the end of the process, I'm like, you know what, this might be my solo album.
Darling, I ain't no fortune teller, but I can tell you this one thing I know.
It feels like a quilt of all different ideas all like woven together, and that kind of feels like who I am at this stage of my life, like a whole bunch of influences. And so, yeah, I was happy to be like, yeah, this is my album. This is my name.
Yeah. And it's called Anyita, and I Googled what that means, and it means impermanence, which makes a lot of sense when you listen to the things that you're singing about in the album.
Yeah, I think like admitting the impermanence is how like everything else makes sense. So like, you know, with love, like we all want to believe in love. And in this age where everyone's polyamorous and like, everyone's in these open relationships, and that's kind of, well, that's kind of like the trend, or open relationships that one partner doesn't know about.
Each to their own.
Yeah, but you know, like, I think we've lost the romanticism of love, like, as it was presented to us on The Little Mermaid and shit, you know? Like, I think we've grown out of that, and like, love is dead, like that kind of love. So, like, we've admitted that, and we've admitted that things change and become new things, and that love is hard and all of that. So like calling it Anyita and sort of like admitting how things change made sense. And so the whole album like never ends musically. Like the song, the chords change into the next song, and there's no like silence. Just because I wanted that to reflect like how love works. Like you go in and out of it, even if it's with the same partner, you know. So things change, and if you go together, then you're on the same page, right?
Yeah, because you even sing in one song about how you don't believe in love anymore, but that doesn't mean that I don't love you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like in the album as well, you're really kind of on that line of trying to process the grief, but also being hopeful and wanting the best for everyone.
Yeah, hard. That's why do you do these statements where it's just perfectly said? I got nothing to add to that.
No, but like, I love that is so apparent in the music.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I think like now more than ever, like we need hope. And I think hope is like always on the borderline of delusion. Like you have to be sort of a bit crazy to have hope, especially in times like this. Like everyone wants to be cynical, everyone wants to be doubtful, and like there's good reason. I think like maybe love is the last delusion left, you know? It's the last thing that we still believe in. Like God's almost dead as well. Like that's faith sort of like died in the last century or whatever, and like our belief of government having our best interests is dead, and the police state is failing, and everything's like showing itself. But I think love, we still believe in it. It's what we are as animals. Like penguins still believe in it, you know? So like I kind of like that if I have to present any art in today's climate, it's just about something I know and that I can sort of hold.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to like sugarcoat it, like, you know, but I think you got to still have hope, and I think love is hope. And I think like love requires hope, you know? You have to believe, hey, this person can change when they're at their lowest, you know? You have to believe I can work on myself when you fuck up. And I think I'm proud to have made this album. I think it's what I should have been talking about in times like this, where there's a lot of other things to talk about. There's a lot of political issues that could be addressed, but maybe that's not my place to address them at this time. Maybe that's not my space to take up. As much as I still do my work in that area, I like that I got to speak on something I knew true, something I was going through, you know. So.
And how much of the bitterness and grief and anger did you have to wade through to get to these songs on the album? Because I don't hear any of that. It's apparent that what you went through was really tough, but I don't hear anger. You know, I don't hear that in the music. Yeah,
well, I don't think you heard the album before this that never came out, to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had made a whole record while I was going through it with my child's mother, and it wasn't at that place. And she sensed it, and once she told me, I don't like this, I don't want to hear this, rightfully so, I was like, nah, I wouldn't want to hear this if it was you. And so a lot of like the music, I got to say, was me working through how to like come to a more balanced place, like, and see things from her side, and have some sort of closure. And yeah, I honestly think this record was, it sounds so corny, but this was the most therapeutic record for me to make, because I did have to confront a lot of things.
Yeah, you can hear the self-reflection.
I hope so.
In the songs.
Thanks.
Like even the way that you bookended it with a song about wishing the best for someone, and then at the end shared everything that you think is wrong with what you've done and yourself, is a really grown-up, egoless thing to do on an album that has your name on it.
Thank you. It's a blessing to be able to do it with music, because, you know, like, we all want to be able to confess our sins. Like, you know, most of us have to do it in therapy and pay $250 an hour. I get to do it for a job, so it's like, I understand the privilege. But yeah, it was really cool to be able to say the things that I said on this album and have them like heard and accepted, because not everyone gets that. You know?
Yeah, and because
I'm lucky.
Yeah, I know before you put the first single out, you had posted on social media that you were a bit worried because the people who like your music you thought wouldn't like this.
Yeah, I'm kind of disappointed that they're not disappointed. Like, I was excited about disappointing everyone. Like, I thought I was a contrarian. Like, yeah, watch this, you're gonna hate this.
Yeah, I think you underestimate though that the people who like your music like your music because of you and the authenticity and the vulnerability and the honestness that you put in it. Like, you could put out any kind of album,
I
really.
Think they want me to. They want me to. Honestly, I'm really saying that, like, not meaning it, because this might sound a bit biased, but the people that jump in my DMs, that hit me up, that see me at the mall and that honestly, I think they're some of the most emotionally intelligent people that I've ever come across. Like, and I think it's because I've given out myself, they feel comfortable giving out their selves. And honestly, I have such a symbiotic relationship with my fans, with my followers or whatever. because they expect me to be this person, and because of that, I'm forced to be that person.
Yeah.
Like, they push me, and they help me open up, because it's what they want,
Yeah, and I think as well, like, once you put the music out there, it becomes what it becomes to the people who listen to it, like,
it's not mine at that point.
nah, the intention that you had or the feelings that you had are there, but they become completely something else for the person
straight
who's
up.
listening.
And I've always been jealous of, like, chefs or builders or people with trades that can use their talent to feed people, like, here, I made you a cake, da-da-da. Whereas I can't be like, can I write you a rap about, but I give my music out in the way I do. But I've really loved using it as a tool in this last time. Like, when we released Girl Like You, I just said, hey, post your girl and tell her, what's a girl like you doing with a fool like me? So then all these couples are like hitting me up, and it was kind of cool to give that as a tool for them to show love to their partners. Like,
there is another song that I love on the album, your song, your message to your son, Miles, which as a parent, like, it was beautiful to listen to, in that we hope that they know that we're doing the best that we can, and it's hard as a parent to not worry about all the trauma and bullshit that you're putting on your kids. All
our actions are straight onto them, straight away. Like, I see myself and my son so much. The other day he's at Puna, and he goes to his brother, Quincy, we should escape school. See that gate over there? It's always open. And then Quincy's like a good boy. He goes, no, then we'll end up at Nana's school. Nana teaches at the prison, the youth prison. Yeah. He's like, and then we'll never leave school. And so, like, I have to, like, watch my son, like, pay me instant karma. I'm getting hippier and hippier as I get older. Like, I see everything as a
sign.
Presentation or a sign or a test.
Yeah.
I'm with my partner's a musician. That's instant karma. I have to deal with all
now
this jealousy.
She's gonna sing heaps of songs about you.
I have to sit there and watch it. That's instant karma. But, like, I think it's really nice. It's like a speedy recovery. When people present you with tough things in your life, you're like, oh, I can get through this. Like the fucking bisons. I think it's bisons. When a storm comes, they're the only ones that just sit there.
Just wait for
and then it just goes past. Everyone else is like running. The storm's just, now you're in the storm for a month. But, like, the bison just sits there, deals with it. And I think, like, that's how we can see things with, hard challenges in our lives. Like, your jealousy is an opportunity to grow. Like, you beat that, then you level up. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I love all those challenges that are presented to you, and your children are definitely the
biggest one.
The biggest one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I had to just say what I said on that record, just to make sure if he ever grows up and, has any issues or things that he hasn't figured out, he can go read the manual on that song,
Was writing that song for Miles a good way to also try and forgive yourself as well? Because we put there's a lot of mama and there's a lot of hurt when things don't work out.
Yeah, just, like, being cool with being flawed is a big one, for healing your mama, I think. Like, just accepting that things will go wrong, I think that it could be worse, it will be worse, I think, like, things are always going to break, and, entropy is the law of the universe, and, Anyita, like, things just change and morph, and without you ever expecting it. Yeah. And you can't really do much about it, but if you understand that and accept it, then you're not as shocked. Yeah. But then just when you think you're killing it, you're like, yeah, look at me, I'm so grown, I just accept that things will change. Then they change. You're like, fuck! Yeah. What? How did that happen? Was it me? No, it can't be me. Like, yeah. And I think that's another thing that I came to, like, grips with through this album, is, like, just my new philosophy is just, let me see if I fucked this up first. Yeah. Like, the problem's fixed so much quicker when you have a problem if you're like, could it be me? Like, at least consider that.
Yeah. For every gift, every flaw, when he stumbles down a drive 4 in the more knocked out on the kitchen floor.
I feel like it's the most vulnerable album you've put out, and we've had conversations before about how singing is not really a thing that you're comfortable with, like you would rather rap. So did you just want to, like, up it a little bit more?
Yeah, I did want to just try something else, and I'm like, I grew up on R&B before anything. Like, my best friend next door, he was blind, and I'd go round to his house. Like, he was 5 years older than me, and I'd be like, Law, can I get a CD? And, you know, like, he'd always be like, yeah, check this out. Like, here's Naughty by Nature or something. I'm like, yo, has it got swearing in it, you know? Then I'd come back, like, next week, and he'd, like, check this out, Boys to Men. And then, you know, like, I was heavy on Boys to Men, and
everyone was heavy on Boys to Men.
Everyone was, you know, like Jodeci, Raphael Sadiq, like, and then my parents were playing Curtis Mayfield, Donny Hathaway, you know, I always wanted to be a musician. Like, I'm just a musician that has a skill set of a rapper, really. Yeah. Like, but when my homies would come to school with their trumpets, I'd be jealous, like, but like, I want to go over to the music department, but that wasn't me. And so, like, I always wanted to write songs, and I always wanted to produce the music and that. So this was like me believing I could do it a bit more. And also I just got like all the better singers to do the BV, so you can fix that. Like, it's all good. Yeah. Hard.
Do you think though that singing can make you express things that maybe rapping can't? Like, there's
100%.
It's much more emotional.
100%. I think rapping is a cerebral sport. You know, it's like, that's why the best rap music is political or philosophical. Yeah. And then obviously there's brilliant songs like Song Cry, or, you know, stuff like that are about love and whatnot. But I think nothing hits harder than a melody. And like, we all understand melody. Like, the birds understand it. You know, like, we hear cries more than anything. Like, cats meow because they're imitating the sound of a baby cry. We respond to that, like pitch and frequencies that just trigger things in us. So like, yeah, singing just hits different. And when certain notes fall from here to here, it's almost symbolic. Like, you might hear the note going, woo, but that's, you're hearing something change physically. Like, so I think there's more you can say with melody and harmony, and yeah, it's just cool to play with it, especially as someone who's not like versed in it.
When the drugs wear off and it's just withdrawals, the unicorn's horns falling off and it's just some horse, her crusty claws perched on the couch.
So if people come along to the Civic show, is that what they can expect? This Tom Scott and his 30 mates having a good time on the stage?
I don't think I can employ 30 mates, but there'll be at least 20, I think.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I want it to be like a patchwork of a show. Like, it's not just one thing. Yeah. I want to tell you like some of the ideas I got, but I don't want to give it away. But yeah, I think like I'm ready for this now. Yeah. Like, I want to be me, but I'm singing these songs, you know? Yeah.
Well, Anyita is a great album. I really love it, Tom. Congratulations. I'm excited to see the surprises that are going to happen here at the Civic.
Thanks. Love.
Mwah.